KO Artist Sports here with Joel Diaz. Big victory tonight, man. Diego De La Hoya got the fourth round victory. I remember last time I spoke to you, you were saying there was a lot of pressure to have the promoter's nephew under your belt that came to you, but you definitely pulled it off. Tell us about this performance tonight.
Well, the performance tonight from Diego, it was a good performance, but realistically, Diego didn't fight a high caliber opposition, opponent, because I know that there's talks that he's going to be in the Canelo card, May 7th. So we wanted to conserve him. The promoter gave us that opponent, somebody not as dangerous. Every opponent is dangerous in the ring, but somebody that can be more conservative for him. So we train well. We prepare 100% for any fight. If it's an opponent that we don't think is dangerous, or for a world championship fight, because you never know, the fighter that you at least expect that can hurt you will hurt you. So tonight was a great performance by Diego because he followed orders. He's maturing still. Sometimes he brings out a lot of his amateur experience. So right now I'm just trying to change that, make him more of a patient fighter, bring it into the later rounds, be more effective, do more damage with his punches. And he showed me tonight. Everything I told him to do, he did it, and he was doing exactly what I told him.
I spoke to him earlier. He was mentioning the Canelo Khan undercard, that he might be opening that pay-per-view, that he also mentioned it'd be like a more higher quality opponent. Did he show you enough tonight that you're confident kind of going into maybe a more like top 15, top 10 guy on that date?
Well, maybe not. Maybe he didn't show me enough, but I know why. In this business is fighters step up to the level of opposition. Diego knew the kind of opponent he was facing. So fighters tend to relax a little bit, I mean, you got a fighter that doesn't see much of a threat. You sort of like, slow down a little bit. You get a little lazy, because that there's not a big of a threat. But if you put somebody out there that's fast and is gonna keep you thinking, of course you step it up a little bit. But he is ready because that guy has a lot of experience. I mean, he has over 350 amateur fights, and he's already 14-0. He's been there with some tough fighters, like when he fought Jesus Reese. I mean, he's ready. He's ready to fight somebody in the top 10.
How do you prevent that, like in the gym? Like say, knowing that he knows he's facing like a guy who's maybe not the higher quality of opposition. He knows he's gonna win, or he feels like he's gonna win very confident. How do you prevent that and still have him put in the work, still have him put in the hours and the miles and all that, so that the crazier things happen in boxing. It takes one shot, and then you never know. But how do you prevent him from like slacking off in the gym?
Keep reminding him. I keep reminding him. I keep working him hard, even to the minute before we walk in the ring. I always tell him, don't get reckless, don't get careless. The punch that hurts you is the one you don't see coming. Even though this kid, is not at your level, one punch that he throws from another angle that you don't see coming can hurt you. So don't get in there and get careless. Always tighten up your defense and do your work.
One of your fighters recently in the news with rumors and stuff, Ruslan Provodnikov, rumors are that he might be fighting Cotto next. What do you know about that? What could you tell us about how that fight might go down?
A few days ago, I sent a text message to his manager, Vadim, and I asked him, when is Ruslan coming back? And his reply was, I'm working on a big fight for Ruslan right now, either May or June. He says, he should be back in California beginning of April. He says, but if you need him there earlier, let me know. And that's all I heard. And then the next day, I started looking at social media, and everybody's talking about Cotto Ruslan. So I figured, okay, if I put my numbers together, that's the fight they're working on. Well, if that fight tends to happen, I think it's a fight that the fans want to see, because styles make fights, and these guys have the style to give an exciting fight for the people. I mean, Cotto, a great fighter, an experienced veteran in the ring, against a fighter that is reckless and comes to fight, strong, and at this point of both of their careers, that they damage their faces pretty much. They cut easy, and you're gonna see a bloody fight. And I just think it's a perfect match. I just think it's a perfect match, and a lot of people would love to see a fight like that with a lot of action-packed fight.
You're not worried at all that, like, Cotto's a bigger guy? Obviously, he was the middleweight champion, but he obviously kind of came in usually about 54, 55. But Ruslan's, more like 140, 145, something like that. Does that bother you at all, the size difference?
It doesn't bother me because Miguel Cotto was a 140 pounder. He's not a big fighter. You know, most of his career he did at 140. I think 135, 140. He moved up to 47. The opportunities were there. He moved up to 54. But he's never been heavier than 54. And Ruslan is not a small fighter. He's strong. He's big. But he makes the weight. He can fight at 140. He can fight at 47. When he's walking around 54, he's strong. He's really strong. So I just think, you know, the weight difference is just a matter of how you work it. I just think that Miguel Cotto did his career. He had a great career, great veteran. But I just think that at this point is the right time for somebody like Ruslan to pull it off. You know, even though that Cotto still has that left hook, great experience, he moves well. I just think it's a perfect fight.
It's definitely a mega fight fans would want to watch. Another mega fight, I'd like to get a great boxing mind like yours, your take on it. Canelo Khan, what do you think about that? How do you think that fight's going to go down? What do you think about the weight difference?
Realistically, that fight, you know, right now Amir Khan wanted to fight Floyd, wanted to fight everybody out there, but there's nobody for Khan. So right now is a perfect time for Canelo to take on Khan. Even though Amir Khan is a 147 pounder, moving up to 54, he can give Canelo problems for a few rounds. But this fight, everybody knows is made for Canelo. Canelo is a star of the moment, and he's strong, he's young. You know, Khan has been down a couple times. Bradis Prescott, Danny Garcia. You know, even my brother Julio put him down. And my brother Julio was already at the end of his career. So, you know, I just think that the fight is going to be exciting from Khan's side, just 4 rounds. And after the 4 rounds, I just think Canelo is gonna just dominate due to the fact that he's strong and, you know, he's the bigger man.
Well, there you have it, folks. Joel Diaz's take on Canelo Khan. Thank you, as always, for the time, and really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Have a good night.
Thank you.